Hey guys, if you liked the video, please give it a like, and if you really like the video, then consider giving a sub to the channel. It really helps me out and it will support me in making future content. So yeah, let's get into the video. One of the most notable things of patch 2.3, aside from the new characters Arataki Ito and Goro, will 100% be the double buff to Albedo by the Cinderbar Spindle and the Husk Opulent Dreams. And I know I've mentioned this a bunch of times on the channel about how insane the patch was for our alchemist, but it made me think they finally gave Albedo a 4-piece, who was originally using a build like 2-piece Archaic Petra and 2 Noblesse Oblige, and that got me thinking that maybe we could see other characters that are lacking 4-piece sets finally getting sets to make them pop off. Most notably for me are characters like Xiao, Ningguang, and Keqing. And yes, I'm aware there are others, but I like talking about these three since I have a huge character bias for them. I love them and I want them to get love like Albedo did, so indulge me for a bit. Xiao's best build is typically 2 Viridescent Veneraire and 2 Shiminawa or Gladiators, but for the sake of future context, 2 Glad will always be replaced by 2 Shiminawa, or vice versa. It's just Shiminawa is more easily attainable. Xiao, with the lack of a 4 set, is still a top tier carry. But can you imagine for just a second if they gave him a 4 set, how insane he could be? Since soon we will be done with the banner reruns. Once we have a Ganyu and Xiao rerun, it would make sense for Inazuma reruns and 3rd time reruns to be seen as our dual banners to wish on. This is something important to think about because if Kazuha becomes a big part of the story again, which he normally does when he's involved, then they could easily make a new 4-piece set for him, which could in itself be an insane buff to Xiao. So to theory craft for just a little bit here, since Kazuha has constellations about gliding, restoring energy and stuff, they could easily make the 2 set 15% Anemo damage, and the 4 set be something like when a character remains airborne for 1 second, plunge attacks damage is increased by a certain percent, and when a character is on the ground for a certain amount of time, their elemental skill damage is increased, or their normal and charge attacks are increased by a certain percent. Now, this is just an idea for what an artifact set could be for a DPS Kazuha, but mainly how this would make Xiao's already pretty high skill ceiling for optimal play go even higher, since this opens the door to show a lot of skilled play with Xiao, more so than there already is, and I love that idea. I mean, Mihoyo could just hire me. And of course, you could always just go Unga Bunga and just jump up and down with Xiao and be Pogo Stick Boy, but I like showing some skill expression in my play when I can. Ningguang has always been an overly slept on as a DPS character, in my opinion. She should have been a 5-star, and I'll never let that go, but back on track. Ning has been stuck on 2 different sets, the general all-rounder build of 2 Archaic Petra and 2 Shiminawa, or the more specific build for quick swap comps, 2 Archaic Petra and 2 Noblesse Oblige. Her C6 truly does make her shine the most while being the main DPS, but even without C6, Ning can push out some insane damage when invested in. And honestly, I wish they'd just give her a Geo set that was just the Solar Pearl but in artifact form. So something like 2 set could be 15% Geo damage bonus, and 4 set could be something like after using an elemental skill, elemental burst damage is increased by 1%, and after using elemental burst, normal and charge attack damage is increased by 1%. This would make Ning way better, because that on top of it pretty much being Solar Pearl will let Solar Pearl and that double stack, giving her like really good numbers. Not only that, but she is a 4-star character, so it would like open up a way for every account to have a great DPS carry, since she's a 4-star and easily attainable compared to a 5-star. Plus, she was my first main and the only level 90 4-star in my entire account, but Beto will be joining her soon as my 94 stars, but moving on. Now Keqing. Arguably, she has a good 4 set with Shiminawa being in the game, but most of the time I see Keqing mains using 2 Thundering Fury, 2 Noblesse, or 2 Thundering Fury and 2 Shiminawa. Now, I also bring up Keqing since we know for a fact at this point from Mihoyo that we're going to eventually get Yae as a playable character. With that, it lets me have hope that Keqing could get an indirect buff, just like Albedo did. Let's say that Yae is a Catalyst user, and when she releases, she gets a new set that is something like 2 set is plus 15% electro damage, and 4 set could be When characters deal electro damage or cause electro reactions, they gain Thunderlord's Blessing. Thunderlord's Blessing grants an on-field character 5% electro damage and 5% charge attack damage, stacking up to 4 times. At 4 stacks, the next charge attack will deal bonus electro damage and consume all stacks. Stacks will fall off out of combat after 50 seconds. I feel a set like this could make Kaching insane, which Kaching could also get a new weapon to be her best in slot in a future update if she ever were to receive a skin or something, since we only have gotten 2 skins in the game so far in an entire year, but I won't hold my breath on that too much. Also, I want to toss these two together, but Toma and Xinyan also don't really have anything going for them artifact wise either, since Xinyan focuses on physical and defense scaling and Toma is HP scaling, and I adore Xinyan. I love her design a lot, and Toma's, he's aight. Honestly, for them, they could do something like an artifact set that was 2 set plus 15% shield strength, and the 4 set being shields created by the caster increased by 1% of their defense and 1% of the HP of the caster, and the bonus to the shields persists even when the character is not on fields. All shields created by this bonus will last an additional 5 seconds. That could give Xinyan some better shielding, that could give Toma some better shielding, and give them some more value. I don't know, it's kind of hard since Xinyan is like pyro but physical but defense, and like you want to build her as a support, but she also tries to be main DPS. Xinyan's kind of all over the place, and honestly they could rework her to be something crazy, but I know they never will. So the best we can hope for is a great artifact set to like really buff her numbers. These are things I just ponder on all the time, and I just wanted to talk about and pick others' brains on the topic and see what they think, since I really love something about every character in the game, and I want every character to shine so their mains will be as happy as everyone else. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know some of your ideas that could boost these characters, or what you think of my ideas on the matter. Would you like to see sets like this in the future, or should I stick to my day job? If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you want to support me and see more of my Genshin Impact content, consider subbing to the channel. It helps me out a ton. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.